Hey everybody, how are you? I hope everybody is well today. I haven't been on here in a while, just doing a little bit of chit chat, so I thought I would do that right now. I am wearing a new dress from Temu. It's a little bit big, but that's okay. I just wear it around the house and around the hallways when I go get the mail and things like that. So this is one of the pretty dresses that I got. I've just been getting a bunch of dresses from Temu, and I just felt like getting something new. I haven't really gotten new clothes in over a year. So everything's going pretty good over here. I think that our winter is finally done. Knock on wood, which I don't have any. But I mean, we have had freak snowstorms over the past couple of weeks. We had a snowstorm one weekend, and then 2 days later, it went up to like 60 degrees and all the snow went away. Several days later, we got another snowstorm, and then it all went away. And now it has been in the 50s and 60s for the past couple of days. And as I look at the future weather, it looks like it's going to start going up into the 60s and maybe even to 70 by Friday. So I am very happy about that. I hate winter. But, my family was up here. My girl cousin was up here. I wanted to be near her. And my family in New York isn't that far away. It's just a 5, 6 hour drive. So I came up here to be with my family because I was living in Tennessee alone, as you know. And so I found my family after 40 years on Facebook. And so I've been up here since 2018. It'll be my 6 years this June that I've been in Vermont. When I first started here, I lived in a beautiful Victorian house. 1825, I think, is when it was built. And it was cut up into apartments, okay? And I lived in a gorgeous apartment. It was beautiful, but it was in the country, out in the boondocks. Everything was outside. I had to walk across the street and down a ways to get to the mailbox. I had to go the length of the house and around to get to the dumpster. And when it snows in Vermont and nobody takes care of the snow where you live, it is horrendous. I was so miserable over there. I loved my apartment, but the daily living activities of daily living were just so hard for me because I'm getting older. I have, arthritis in my knees and my back. And finally, I got this apartment in November, and I'm just so happy about that. And so now I'm not as aggressively mean about the snow like I used to be, because I would always say, I hate this damn snow. I want to go back to Tennessee. I miss Tennessee a lot. I really do. But, I'm in a good place now, so I really can't complain. I have a best friend in Tennessee now, and I would just love to be able to go down and see her, but I don't have a car anymore. So, anyway, it's just been nice. We've had really, really nice weather this week. And it's the first of the month, and every time the first of the month, I go on Amazon and I get all the things that I want to need. I did a review on this tumbler that I got that I really, really like. I'm getting a few other things that I need. I need some cat food and, just house things and maybe a couple of Temu dresses. And the first of the month is always busy, busy here at Gloria's house. It's like people know it's the first. Every month on the first, it's like I get a million Amazon boxes. I think I'm known as the Amazon lady here. And people are so sweet. If I have packages down there, they'll bring it up to me and put it in front of my door, and then they'll knock on my door to let me know that there's a package there. People here are so sweet and so nice. So that's that. I did go to the doctor finally, and I had this mole taken off. It's still the scab hasn't come off yet. I mean, he took it off, but it still looks pretty bad. Thankfully, it was not melanoma. I was afraid it was because it sure looked like it. He said it was seborrheic keratosis, which is a kind of a skin condition. and I have them on my head too, and they itch like crazy. And but they don't look like this. They're just like little bumps on my head. So I've got some dermatitis going on my scalp, and so I have been, trying all kinds of shampoo to try and get relief from it. I've tried, the seborrheic psoriasis shampoo, the clarifying shampoo. I just can't find anything. So I'm actually going to get a shampoo on Thursday that I ordered from Amazon, and it's supposed to be good for a variety of scalp conditions like psoriasis, folliculitis, eczema, dermatitis, and it got very good reviews. So I'm hoping that that will help me out. It is time to almost color again because I'm getting all these grays, but I would really like to get the scalp taken care of before I put any more color on it again. I'm very vain. I don't like gray hair on me. So, yeah, once I get that all taken care of, I will go back to my raspberry truffle, which I like so much from Garnier Fructis. It has a little bit of mahogany in it. This last time that I did it, I did a dark brown, because this is really more of my natural color. I'm kind of like a dirty blonde with my natural color. But of course, with the Italian in me, the darker color looks better on me. So that's that. So that's all done. And then last week, did I hear something? No. I'm hearing things and I'm seeing things lately. I think I need to see the eye doctor again because I'm getting little black spots every now and then. I always think there's a cat or something over there. It's not. Um, Unfortunately, I started feeling bad on Thursday. And I called the doctor. I had symptoms of a bladder infection, really. And so they insisted that I get to them that day. And I don't have a car. So I'm like, well, I can't get there. I've got to call this transportation company that I use, but I always have to have like a couple of days, ahead of time. And they said, no, so we will call that company. They've done this for us before. You've got to get into the doctor and get evaluated. And I'm like, why are they so worried about, a possible UTI? I don't know. It was like they felt like it was an emergency or something, which I thought was kind of odd. But, they did take a urine culture and it did say that was indicative of an infection. So they gave me antibiotics. I took them Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I am not all better. I'm not sure if 3 days is enough because I'm still having quite a lot of pain in my bladder. But I guess we just need to give it time. Excuse me, I need a drink. Yes, so we give it enough time, and hopefully it'll start feeling better. I have been singing a lot these past couple of days, and just having a good old time. Our friend Mr. B came back. I think he was away for a while, and he had a live the other day in the afternoon. And Shimmer Soul, who's my bestie from Tennessee, we went on his live and we did a couple of songs. And then that night, I went on to another live stream. I think it was Joe Norman's live stream that I went on last night. And I've just been very, very active with my singing this week. And I've got all my songs of the day recorded up until the end of May. So pretty good on my channel. I've got my Makeup Mondays done up until the end of April. And then when I get my new Ipsy bag, probably in a week or two, I can do some new videos for my Makeup Mondays. So I'm really enjoying that Makeup Monday. I don't, not many people comment, but it's interesting how some of them have gotten over 1,000 views, which is interesting. So I think the makeup videos are popular. So I think that was probably a good thing for me to start doing again. I did start out as strictly a makeup channel back in the day when I was working and I couldn't afford to buy, products all the time. And then when it got to the point where I just couldn't afford to do that anymore, I just kind of switched over to vlogging, which is what I do now. I do the vlogging and I do singing. And and I recently finally got over 1,000 subscribers. It took me close to 6 years to get that, but I'm happy about it, and I have the music community to thank for that. Shimmer Soul and we started doing what we call sing streams. Everybody else calls it karaoke. And once we started doing that, it just seemed to start expanding everywhere, all over YouTube, where people were just doing karaoke nights. And the community has just exploded. I mean, I know about 6 or 7 people who do this, and I'm on their lives a lot. And it's just a lot of fun. And it's great for me because, I live alone and I get lonely and depressed like I did in the old house. And I would sing every single night in the old house, because I was lonely. I needed the comfort of my friends on YouTube. And I've been very lucky. I have made friends on YouTube. It's not an easy thing to do because you never really know who people are. You know, People come onto the internet and they just pretend to be certain people, you know. But I've been very lucky. In the beginning, we had a little group, and I think 5 or 6 of us have kept in touch since that was about 5 years ago that I started out on a drama queen's channel. I became friends with her. I thought she was an okay person. I was defending her for a lot of things, but she turned out to be a liar. She just lied to a lot of people about her home situation, and I got a lot of slack, a lot of crap from people for defending her because other people had proof of the things she was telling me was not the truth, and it's all about divorce and child custody and all that kind of stuff. And it was such a mess. It was such a mess. And so after a while, I just realized that I was being taken. Yeah, I was taken. You know, she took advantage of my empathy and my compassion, and I tend to be overly empathetic about people and very protective of people. When I become friends with you, I'm with you. I stand up for you. I defend you. And sometimes it's the wrong thing to do. So I was with her, I think, for about a year. And I just finally said, okay, this is enough, you know. And her channel was always depressing because all she ever did was cry and complain and lie about medical conditions, just for sympathy and everything. But out of that, uh, we got about 4 or 5 of us that have kept in touch all these years, which is just amazing. We all have each other's addresses, phone numbers. We don't talk very much, but I send them cards. I might text them once in a while to say hi. So I've been very blessed to get really, really good friends on YouTube. And Shimmer Soul is the best person I have ever met on YouTube. She is such a beautiful person, inside and out. She has a heart of gold. She has a voice of gosh, she's such a beautiful singer, and she loves Elvis, and she does Elvis songs so well. And we just get along, and we've been friends for a really long time now, and I'm really, really blessed to have her and these wonderful people who do their karaoke's that I love so much. So many of them: Joe Norman, Mr. B, Creek Squad, Deb's Wood Burning. Who else do I do? Camp Gme on Saturdays. And there's another lady called Dazed that she has karaoke. A lady named Pendar, Mrs. High. There are so many people that do these karaoke nights. And thanks to them, I have gotten over 1,000 subscribers. I owe it to them because once I started getting involved in this music community, people have been interested. They come over to my channel and they watch my singing. So, which is why this past month, about 2 months ago, I decided I was going to start doing a song of the day on my channel, and that's what I do. I sit down and I record for as long as I can, and I just record song after song after song, and then I upload it and I schedule it for certain days. So I am very, very organized. I get things done ahead of time. And so, yeah, everything is up to date on my channel. God forbid anything happens to me, at least I'll still have stuff on my channel for y'all to watch. I don't intend on going anywhere, but you never know. It's been a very sad week. We've had a couple of our friends go through some tragedies this week, losing family members, and we've lost several people over the past year as well. And it's been kind of a rough time lately. So I think tomorrow, I did sing Amazing Grace on a live the other day, just because it breaks my heart to know that a friend of mine lost two members of her family in a car crash. And I just can't imagine getting that phone call. I don't know if they were, I don't know the dynamic of the family, how many children there were, but I just can't imagine, having children and loving them so much, and then all of a sudden they're gone. It really, really breaks my heart. And then last year we lost Shane Phelps, which was really hard. He was a great guy. He was on YouTube for a long time with Mr. B, and of course this time of year, I'm thinking about my husband Dave, and it's been very emotional. But I'm getting through it. It gets better every year. I mean, the grief never goes away, of course. But you just go on with your life as best as you can. And, it has taken me 65 years, okay, to finally have the life I've always wanted to have. Now, don't get me wrong. I loved my husband. But it was a struggle from day one. People have their good things about them and the bad things about them. And you try to work through them as best you can. I sacrificed a lot. He became disabled in 91, I think. And from then on, he could never work again. So I was always the sole provider. Plus, I took care of everything. The house, the dogs, the cats, the grocery shopping, the laundry. Think about 40 hours a week, and then you go home and you have to do all of this stuff. I barely had any time for myself, And my husband was a very strong, opinionated man. He was very intelligent. He was in the top 2% of the Mensa Society. And a little bit intimidating. I'm not as smart as Dave was. I don't think anybody. I'm sure there are people as smart as Dave, but, when you're obviously in a lower level to somebody like that, it can be really difficult at times. And it was a struggle at times, but he loved me and I loved him. And we got through all the hard times, believe it or not, and I stuck with him until the end. And but it was hard. It was really, really hard. So, of course, the grieving process, 4 years, I was terribly, terribly depressed and unhappy. And I didn't sing for 4 years after he passed away. And then one day I found SingSnap and I started singing again. I really don't know what started. I just found it and I got my feet wet and I got back into it again and I started singing again. And that was in 2017, I think. And I haven't stopped singing since then. So that's my life. I love to sing. I haven't colored in a long time, but I love to do adult coloring books because they're so relaxing. I have over 80 markers next to me in a nice little wooden thing. I use markers to color. And that's another thing that I've done a lot, but I just haven't done a lot of it since I got here. Because here there are people and I can actually talk to people. I can go out on the porch and sit with them for an hour or so and just shoot the shit. So it's just been amazing for me since I moved here. And I just love to color. And I'm a fashionista person. I love fashion. So a lot of times I will get fashion coloring books. And then I do this coloring. It is so relaxing. And I really, really enjoy it. So that's another one of my hobbies that I really need to get back to. But I discovered TikTok. Oh my God. I discovered TikTok about well, I've always watched it sporadically. But within the past 2 weeks, I have spent hours on TikTok. And I mean 7 to 8 hours watching TikTok. There are certain creators on there that I love so much that do actual stories. Like there's one called The Nursery Nurse. And she does stories of things that happen in a nursery. And she's from the UK. And so they all have, the Scottish and the Irish and the English accents. And it's just so cool and really interesting. And I love watching the hairstylists that have their channels. They do Karen skits, of entitled people coming into the salon and just acting like, total Karens. And retail videos of Karens. I just love that stuff. So I've been doing that a lot. Oh my God. I'm probably using more data than I should be on my phone, but I just love it. I find it so entertaining. And Winnie is the least cuddly cat I've ever had in my life. Oh my Lord. I love her, but it's like she's so independent. And she comes up on my bed once in a while, but not all the time. I can go 12 hours without seeing Winnie. She's either sleeping in the corner or under the bed. Oh my gosh, I miss Vivi. I had Vivi for 2 years. He came up here from Tennessee. And he was a very loving cat. He had to be with me all the time. He had to be in my arms all the time. And I just miss that cuddliness. He always slept in the bed with me. He would sleep on my chest. He was an aggressive cat. He had some aggression in him. We didn't know what was going on. He had to be rehomed several times because he would always fight with cats. But 90% of the time he was a great cat, and I really miss that connection. She's getting a little better, and she does come when I call her. So, and the great thing about her, which I was really happy about when I got her, she knows what no means. She knows what no means, and if I tell her, she will not do it. So, I'm very blessed in that way. She's not stubborn like Vivi was. And so, but she doesn't play. With Vivi, when we had the plastic bags still, I would crumple them up and throw them, and he would jump and catch them. We had so much fun, and I would throw him the ball, and he'd go get it and bring it back to me just like a dog. She's just a little diva. Oh, she's just my little diva. I call her Mariah Carey sometimes just because she's a diva. But anyhow, that's pretty much what's been going on. We're just hanging out and enjoying the spring weather. And I hope everybody's having a great day. Please pray for all of our friends who are going through some very, very traumatic events right now. And God bless them. And I love y'all so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.